That just makes your life easier. And when you, it distinguishes somebody because when other people are coming to you, they're coming with problems. And then when this person is coming to you, they're coming with solutions. So I really love that idea. And I think it's a good backdrop for what I want to do in terms of this week, which is that I want to look at my list of friction points and just start attacking the big ones on this list, right? So I have like 14 friction points, and I actually started working on some of them in the on the weekend, but I have this list, and yeah, it's just great. Another thing that happened this weekend is that I totally didn't plan to, but I probably did like at least like an hour of content just because I had some ideas, and yeah, it was incredible. I had some ideas, and I said, you know what? Let me just fire up the old camera and just speak into the mic, and I was able to record some thoughts. And the other thing is that I just find that the more often that I do it, the more, like anything, you get better at it, and it just becomes more natural. And I'm just really excited about like the potential for this. And one of the things I'm working on with the person in question I talked to you about is they're going to be helping me this week to automate like everything that happens after the record button is pushed. So as far as I'm concerned, the week is off to a good start. I'm really happy that I'm deploying this leadership, let's just call it hack, which is empowering people to come to me with solutions, not more problems. And I just love this friction audit. Like, I haven't seen anybody call it that, but I just love it. Like, I woke up this morning with like no ambiguity about what needs to be done, because it's like I just have to remove this friction, and then what's left is the gold. So I feel good.
Great, great. I get that, but so what are the goals for this week aside from taking care of these friction points?
Sure. So I want to work on some data centralization problems, which basically means like in order to I'm building up all this content. Like everything I do on a daily basis is just about producing something, right? And when you produce something, it has to be stored someplace. When I say something, I mean digital assets. Okay. Well, the thing is that if you don't put the assets in a centralized place, it becomes very hard to find them. And if you can't find them, then you're not publishing them and you're not reusing them. So I think the main thing I want to work on for the week is to lean into the data centralization bottlenecks that I want to remove. And so if I can make good headway with that, then it will be a week well served.
These orders for today.
I have a mastermind call meeting later on the week. I mean, like, sorry, later on in the day that I want to show up for, and then I'm meeting up with a friend to go to the movies, which is going to be good. Nice work-life balance. One of the things I want to say is that I really love the idea that I've kind of called out like the 11 different types of conversations or conversational content that I have throughout the course of the day. So, as example, just this day alone, I started up the day with a conversation with a team member slash job prospect. Then I moved on to you, which is a strategy call. Or I consider you one of my advisors, so you're in the advisor category, right? Then I'm having a conversation with a mastermind partner, which is another category. So just realizing that in the course of any day, just kind of visualizing the 11 different types of buckets, and knowing that each conversation is going to yield a different kind of flavor of content has been really useful. And yeah, it just made me realize that people are actually out there doing things, as opposed to the only thing you do is create videos, but you're not really building a business. I think that you have so much content because you're just describing and reporting what you're doing. And the problem with a lot of people is they're not doing much. So there's not to there's not to report on. But when you're actually doing things, like for instance, what I talked to you about when it comes to this 131 instruction rule, like it came from me needing to get something done, me needing to automate something, and having to work with somebody to do it. And so it's like I read the book, it gave some tips, I used the tips to work with a new hire, and now I'm getting results. So I feel really good about this process of just documenting what I'm doing. And yeah, this week is going to be good. So that's pretty much the main thing I want to get done for the day. Show up in amazing force for my mastermind partner, who's a brilliant chap. And I think another thing I didn't tell you is that I now have videos a week extra loaded up in the content calendar. So I did that on the weekend as well. So I'm close to having like content queued up until the end of March, which feels good.
Super cool. So I'm very glad to hear. That's amazing that you put in another week. But yeah, I'm curious if there are any friction points at all in tasks that you're tackling this week.
No friction points. The irony is that I'm looking forward to the prospect of removing friction requires almost no friction to get done. So yeah, I just every time I remove friction, it just makes things easier and easier. So I look forward to this week. So I'll just post what I just mentioned to you in the channel, and we're off to the races, as we say.
Awesome, great. So I let you go on this momentum. Shola, you have a great week, but I can hear you're super motivated and you're super energetic and excited. So I let you go and keep enjoying it, and we'll chat tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So I begin my calls with my morning strategy session with my CEO / founder coach. Again, the analogy I use, he's like my line coach. Serena's line coach or coach for 20-something Grand Slams, Patrick M, let's call it. Let me just Google it. Patrick Williams. Yeah, so there's a Muratoglu. Mouratoglu. There's actually a best practice in business strategy where you take things that work in one particular field and pull them over to the other. And so I liken my relationship with my morning accountability CEO, founder, coach to be that of a world-class tennis player, of which Mademoiselle or Madame Williams is one, to me just taking something that's obviously worked, her being the best in the game in one arena and pulling it into the business arena. And yeah, I just think that it's like a process of execute, get feedback, execute, get feedback, moving you closer and closer to multiple championships, right? So that's kind of where I am right now. And I feel really good about the strategy, my business strategy for this quarter, if not the rest of the year, is taking an audit of all the friction points. And I have a list of it. And my day consists of, and my weeks consist of looking at this list. And it might take me, it literally might take me the rest of the year to get, certainly, a couple of quarters to get through all these friction points. But the thing is that every time I complete one, I remove the friction, things are just getting easier, as evidenced by like the doubling of content I've been able to produce in the past month and the momentum, right? And I have had 2 investors in question that combined may well, I would say, if I add up the numbers, let's see, one manages 2 8-figures investors have let's just say I know that they're watching what I do, have reached out to me, and it just shows you that a little bit of momentum can go a long way. And it also shows you that depending on the space you're in, you can focus on the quality of your audience and not the quantity, and you'll make headway. Just being consistent. Like, people talk about the power of being consistent, but it's just so when you're focused and consistent, that's the way to move you ahead of other people. So I'm really stoked about this. The week is going to go well, and I look forward to bringing you along. All right, this is Shola. Take care. Take action.